Well, hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Holly, and I am here with my little Kai, and we are going to do a twinning bomb. You guys have heard of a photo bomb? We're doing a twinning bomb. So, I was sitting down today to, I'm rooting another baby right now, and I like to turn on videos when I'm rooting because it helps me to catch up, and plus it keeps me company and takes away from the tedium of rooting. And I saw a surprise twinning video between Joseph from Suzanne's Babies and Prince Louis from Susie Q's sHappyLittleHaven. And Kai, of course, he heard Suzanne and then Gail talking, and comes running in there. Not running, but you know, he crawls pretty quick, so it's like he's running. And he decided he wanted to twin too, but we don't have that outfit. But it was a little blue and white outfit with a rocking horse on it. And it just so happens that we have a little blue and white outfit with a rocking horse on it. It's not exactly the same, but it's along the same lines. And so he wanted to put this on with his brothers Joseph and King Louis and do a twinning bomb. So we're going to put that little outfit on him. And they had on striped socks. So we have some striped socks. They're a light blue and white stripe, similar to the blue in his little romper here. And then they had little sneakers on, and so we have him some of these little light blue sneakers trimmed in a beige cording. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to photo bomb, and I'm going to tell you what's been going on with me. So let me have your Eeyore. So here's his Eeyore. We're going to take from him. He's still dressed in his little outfit for the coronation. So that's how long it's been since he's been in here. I think well, none of my babies have been dressed. And so let me tell you what was going on here. I haven't been in here since I did the last week. I think I did the Happy Mail video, and so we got another twinning that we want to do with Suzanne from Baby Bunting Nurseries, and that was with my little Carolyn and her bridie, and so I want to do that as well. Saturday, all day Saturday, this past Saturday, I had a chrysalis team meeting, which we have a chrysalis flight coming up next month, and I'm a musician on that flight. And so we had one of our team meetings Saturday, and got out of there around 2:30. It was from like 8 to 2:30. Got out of there about 2:30 and came home, and I was so tired. I mean, just literally knackered, because I had only slept like 4 hours the night before, so I was so exhausted, and I decided I was going to take a nap. But my husband and I decided we're going to go to the movies, so I got our tickets online. Sweet boy. By the way, this is a Saskia sculpt, and he was reborn by Alexandra Taylor Hughes. And he was my very first reborn baby. My first doll, reborn doll I had was actually Layla, who's a silicone, but he was my first vinyl babies, which was my second doll, and he came from Alexander Taylor Hughes. Okay, so anyway, so I had ordered the tickets for that evening at, I think it started at 5:50 or something like that. But I told my husband I was so tired, and he agreed. He said, "You look very tired." So I decided I'm going to lay down and take a nap, which is something I just hardly ever do, but I knew I just had to. So I did. I went in my room, I closed all the blinds, I turned on the fan, I actually got under the covers, and turned on a sound machine, and I went to sleep. And my husband came in at 5:25, I think, and he said, "You need to wake up. We gotta go, to go to the movies." And I had slept 2 hours. 2 hours. I could not believe it, but I got up and I felt so much better. Really rested. So anyway, so we go. It was a beautiful day. It was hot as blazes. It's really hot here right now, and so we went to the theater with bright sunshine, blazing sun, and so we're watching the movie, which happened to be Guardians of the Galaxy, so we went to see. And so we're watching the movie, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the movie, well, it's like 2/3 of the way through, the movie blinks off and the lights come up, and we could hear in the theater this booming thunder and pouring rain. And so we were having a storm, but my husband was just like, I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. And so I said, well, since the movie's not on right now, well, first all the power went off, but the lights flashed back on, but the movie didn't. So I thought, well, I'm going to run to the ladies' room while, we're waiting on the movie to come back on. So I went to the ladies' room, and it was right by one of the back doors. And so I went to look out, and I couldn't open the door. And there was a man standing there, and he said, "I don't think you want to go out there." I said, "No, I don't want to go out. I just want to look outside and see what's going on." And it took 2 of us to open that door because the wind was so strong, blowing so strong, the door wouldn't open. And so between 2 of us, we got it pushed open, and it looked like a hurricane going on out there. The trees were bent over. The rain was blowing sideways. It wasn't coming down. It was blowing sideways. And the trees were all bent over, and things were flying around. And, it was just really, really storming. And so I went back into the theater, and they had started the movie by then. But I sat down and told my husband, I said, "It is just storming. It looks like a hurricane." And of course, we are in hurricane season. Well, before I go any further, it was not a hurricane, but it was an extremely powerful storm. And so the movie was over, and we were leaving to go home. And my husband was really worried, very worried about, the house and stuff like that. We didn't know. No, I'll take that back. My friend Susan had called me or texted me during the movie, and she said all of our power is out and the generator is on. The generator came on, and she said, "How are y'all doing?" And I said, "I have no idea. We're not even at home." And so we were worried, and so we're in one town, and then we have to go through another one to get to our town. Well, the streets were flooded like crazy in the town that we were in, and there were even cars on the feeder roads who were stranded in the water, and some guy was, you know, pushing his car because his car flooded out in the water because the streets were flooding. We were way up on top of the interstate, so water was running off pretty good. There were big puddles of deep water that, you know, could very easily make you lose control of your car. But we got home okay. But when we came to the town before ours, no power. The whole town was in pitch black. Pitch black. And so we made it through that town. Of course, all the traffic lights and everything were out, so we had to, you know, stop at each light and, you know, take turns going and stuff like that. And we had heard on the radio, you know, stay off the roads, it's too dangerous, there's flash flooding, yada yada yada. But I mean, we had to get home. So yeah, went through that town, pitch black. Then we get to our town, coming through it, it is pitch black, no power on anywhere. We turn into our neighborhood and it is pitch black, except for our house and our neighbor right beside us. We're just shining like a Christmas tree because we have a generator and it comes on automatically. And so we had power because of that, but there was no power going on. We just had the generator was on, which gave us power. So we were able to have our air conditioners running, all the lights are on, you know, the refrigerator running. It runs the whole house. And so, here you go, Joseph. There you go, Joseph. You look so sweet. You look so sweet. There you go. So we played video games when we got home, and we were able to watch DVDs because not only there was no power, but there was no internet. And we just got our internet back. So I've been without internet since Saturday. So I haven't been on at all. I haven't been able to watch anybody. So yeah. So we just got our internet back on, which that's the longest we've ever been without the internet, other than a hurricane, I think. But we came home, and our umbrella that is, you know, over our patio furniture, it was up because it was beautiful when we left. So we, you know, didn't think anything about it. Well, we came home and it was upside down and in the pool. We had a couple of plants that blown over in the pool. We had a wrought iron hummingbird feeder stand that you put in, you know, put it in the ground. It had blown into the pool. A lot of limbs and debris all over the place. Everything around the courtyard and stuff was blown all over the place. But fortunately, I mean, there was a couple of big limbs down, took out half of our peach tree. Big old limb from the peach tree came out, and a limb from the tree that's back in the back corner of our yard blew into the pool. But other than that, and a bunch of limbs and stuff, and leaves and sticks and everything all over the front yard, we didn't sustain any damage, thank the Lord. My daughter, on the other hand, she had a couple of limbs go through her garage roof. So she has these big holes in her garage roof. A limb came down and tangled up into their power lines. They were out of power as well. A friend of mine, Lee, she just got power on day before yesterday, Monday night. We were supposed to go over to her house for ladies' game night, and we had to postpone it till last night. So we were there last night, but because she had no power. But we were able to follow through with our game night last night. Had a lot of fun. So yeah, it's been quite exciting around here with all of that going on. So that's what's been going on here. But we're good. And my husband, Sunday morning, we didn't even have church Sunday because the church didn't have any power. So we didn't have church Sunday. And so my husband went over. I'm going to set him up. See, I'm a big boy, Mommy. I don't want to be laying down. So my husband went over and was helping my neighbor clean up his yard and everything. Monday we had the big city trucks came by and picked up all the stacks of limbs and debris that everybody had piled up. This bed sinks down here, and so none of the babies can sit up proper because it's like a little hole. There you go. Got a little pillow behind him. Whoop. And now you can't tame me. Now you can't tame me. There you go. What? Your phone? Yeah, I can get you your phone, but honey, I'm afraid that Joseph is probably sleeping. As a matter of fact, I know he's sleeping. It's nighttime over there. But here's your phone, and we can call Joseph and Louis, Prince Louis, tomorrow, okay? Okay, you can do that and let them know that you're all dressed up too. So, I hope all of y'all are doing okay, and all of those of you who live near me, around here, whatever, if you had a lot of that storm going by, Carrie, I don't know if you did, or Ruth, or any, I don't know who else is around me, but I hope y'all all did well and fared well throughout that storm. So there we go. So there we go. That is our little twinning bombing. And I hope Gail and Teddy, Fancy and Teddy, that y'all are okay with us doing that little twinning bomb. Say it's not exactly the same, but we're close. And so yeah, thank you for stopping by. Tomorrow I have to go to the airport in Houston and pick up Atticus and Isley because their parents and their big brother are going to New York. And so Grandma gets to keep Atticus and Isley for the next 5 days. So y'all pray for me. A 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. Yeah, 24/7. Lots of fun. So yeah, and then I'll be taking them back to the airport when their parents come back through in Houston, and they come home and get packed up and ready for my trip to North Carolina. So yeah, I'm going to try to get a surprise video in, a surprise twinning video with Bridie. So I hope to do that before we leave. Okay, so there we go. Thanks for stopping by and listening to me prattle on. I love you all, and I'll see you real soon. You're special. Bye-bye.